Hey guys, this is Mike with Open It and Play. I just wanted to share this video of my Daredevil custom. Now I got the kind of formula or the recipe, you could say, for this figure off of a Reddit thread. I don't remember who the users were, but I think they got it from another person themselves. But yeah, it's combining the parts of several different figures. So I'm using the Daredevil head from the Defenders. I think it was a 5-pack, and that's the comic book version, not the Netflix version. And then we're using the shoulders from Corsair from Marvel Legends, a little bit bigger, beefier shoulders. And we're using the leg, sorry, the upper leg and the arm from the Vulcan buck. And then we're using the Scarlet Spider torso, and as well as the waist and hips. Sorry, no, the hips are also from Vulcan, so it's the crotch piece. Okay, and then finally, this should be right, the final one is the Ultimate Captain America, which is a character I don't care about. I think some of the neo-Nazis that are in America now might be enthusiastic about Ultimate Captain America. He's kind of like a extreme, violent, fascist version of America. But yeah, from the Ultimate comics, everybody was like a bad guy. Iron Man was an alcoholic that accidentally killed people while wearing his armor, and oh geez, Giant Man ate his wife the Wasp, or he stepped on her, but I think it was he ate her. And Quicksilver and his sister Scarlet Witch have an interesting relationship, but basically just all kinds of weird, depraved stuff all around. So not exactly my cup of tea for Marvel heroes, but anyway, that Ultimate Captain America, he came with some Build-A-Figure pieces that I got, and I wanted to use these pieces for this Daredevil, and that's kind of part of this recipe. So this worked really well. There's one drawback to this figure, and that is his height. So you're going to see very soon his height is just a little bit too tall. So I've been considering how I'm going to shave down his height by just a little bit. So one of the easiest things to do would be to take the Scarlet Spider hip piece, that's the upper part here, and switch that because it actually has a thigh cut. It's got a thigh cut higher up on the leg, so that would get him a little bit shorter. And as he stands right now, his neck is a little bit long. It's not very long, but it is just a little bit long. So if I shorten his neck by just a little bit, that'll also help get him to a better height. But this combination is a really powerful combination for Daredevil because you've got great butterfly joints from the Scarlet Spider figure, and it's kind of hard to tell how well those work until you take them out of the Scarlet Spider's situation. Scarlet Spider is kind of restricted by the blue jacket part, but these butterfly joints go way back, so they're pretty effective butterfly joints for a change. And he also has this torso, or you want to say a rocker, but diaphragm joint. I guess you can say he's rocking his torso too. And he also has a very good ab crunch. I don't know if this is a reverse ab crunch technically or a regular ab crunch, but I guess it's maybe a regular ab crunch. But honestly, I don't remember which is which. This guy has a regular ab crunch, yeah? So this is a reverse ab crunch technically. But yeah, it works very well for bending back far, as you can see, and it works very well for bending forward. So you can get this Daredevil figure into some great poses, And with the Scarlet Spider's crotch piece, he has drop-down hips. So that is a really nice bonus. You can get Daredevil kicking up awfully high. So this is a really good combination of figures all around. You do have to spend a bit of money. I think the most expensive figure on this set is that Ultimate Captain America. I think he sold out most places long ago, and I think he was well liked just because the figure is designed pretty well. So, but one small issue I have with this Daredevil is that Ultimate Captain America's ankle joints are a bit loose. It's just kind of like the plastic quality seems to slide rather easily. So I would recommend trying to tighten that up if you get this figure. But I'm kind of a beginner on that, so I have to do a little more research before I set that up. But I think I'm going to get another one of these because Corsair is on sale right now, and Vulcan is on sale right now. Scarlet Spider is not on sale, but on Big Bad Toy Store he's available at the regular price. But yeah, the Ultimate Captain America is the problem. So I think I'm going to work around that, and I'm going to try to do more like a traditional onesie type outfit for Daredevil. So if I do that, I'm going to use these Scarlet Spider feet, I think, because these Scarlet Spider feet, they actually have a toe articulation too. So that would be an added bonus. I can't use it with these boots, obviously, but I can use it if I give him a onesie. So you may be able to make him look pretty good just by changing these or keeping the Scarlet Spider's feet. But these legs do look kind of nice. It's just they're a little bit long, just a tiny. But so I wanted to show you some comparisons real quick. This is my Defender's Daredevil, but I have a Mezco head on him, so this is like the battle damaged version. So you can see if they're side by side, he is quite a bit taller than this one. If I take his legs down by a decent amount, I'll get in here tight so you guys can see what I mean by the cut on the Scarlet Spider legs. So if I put this back in here, you can see it's significantly shorter. And if I drill this a little bit deeper, his head will sit down on the neck more. And I'm for sure going to do that, even though it does change this head permanently. This Daredevil that came with the Defenders pack, I just never been satisfied with it. I tried to upgrade it, but the buck that it's on just has too many limitations. I think this is the Bucky Cap back buck. This is the Bucky Cap buck, but it doesn't go back really at all. It goes forward, but it doesn't look. I guess it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, it just doesn't have the mobility or the flexibility that you would hope for Daredevil. And it also has this like weird ratcheting system, so you can't fine tune between the two. So that seems to limit a lot. But I may transfer these off of here to use with this, but I'm happy to stop using this guy as much as possible. So you may have thought to yourself, well, Mike, one thing that he doesn't have is he doesn't have the DD. He doesn't have his traditional Daredevil mark on his chest. So I'm going to try to figure out how to handle that problem. I may do it with some tampos, or I may try painting it. But knowing me, I'll try painting it first because I have even less confidence with tampos. So I think that's the right pronunciation, but honestly, I'm not positive. So let's get him side by side with some other members of the Defenders, some other people that he often crosses paths with. So there he is next to Iron Fist, and here he is next to my all legs Black Widow. I do have a all new like legs Black Widow coming with really chunky, really beefy legs. Probably not to most people's liking, but I wanted to try something new with that Black Widow body. But I wish I had Cyclops from the X-Men, because Scott Summers is pretty averagely tall character. Cap is too, I guess, so I put him side by side next to Cap. But I have to look up Daredevil's actual height, but I don't think he's extremely tall. So this guy's standing just a tiny bit taller than Cap, but then he's even taller than Iron Man, which for me, it just doesn't make sense for Daredevil. So I do have to change him in some way. I might be able to customize either the top part here, by making it shorter, shaving it shorter and changing the pegs, or I might be able to cut this off slightly and make this deeper, or if I really worked hard, I could do both, and I could also try to do something down here, because this part is decently long too. But anyway, I'm really happy with how this figure came out, and I'm happy enough that I'm gonna spend the money to try to make another type thing. I wanted to get the Mafex Daredevil, but the more I looked at it, the more I just thought, he's just too skinny for my image, my mind's eye of what Daredevil looks like. So that's kind of sad or too bad, but I just feel that way strongly. He just looks too thin in some of the angles. If you get his biceps off to the side like this, then I think he looks better. But this old Marvel Legends head works okay. I'm going to try this real quick, but I think it's not going to fit the same way. It's probably going to sit... it doesn't sit too bad, but the color variation is more extreme, so it's a pretty gnarly head, right? But yeah, I might even try getting a custom head to go with it, just to give more options. But I do like this head, actually. For all of the drawbacks of this old figure, the head part does hold up. You can see this joint, oh my god, that does not hold up. Got a big gap, it's kind of warped in there. It's just really not a satisfactory figure. But I'll transfer this to this figure and I'll let you know how that fits, but I think it'll fit okay. And I'll probably try to transfer this, but it may be a bit challenging. But one thing's for sure, popping this part off is very easy, if you're wondering. And these fit very easily. You just cut a little bit of the inside of the glove. You may want to see what that looks like under, because it is from Vulcan's body, but these gloves perfectly cover it up. So we just port on there nicely, and we just cut the inside there. And I didn't even cut it perfectly well, but you'll never know by the way it fits. So it's a softer rubbery plastic, like I said, so it works well for this situation. I was gonna tell one other thing, but I forgot what that was. What was it? But yeah, anyways, it's a nice figure. Oh, some people may not like this because the joints are darker on the Vulcan. The plastic is a hard plastic, of course, but I think it looks pretty good, kind of like a little knee pad or an elbow pad. But some people may have problems with that. I like a little bit of flavor or a little bit of color in the costume to make it look more unique. So it's not an issue for me. But it may be an issue for some people who want it to just look completely one way. So, you know what? I remembered the other thing I was going to tell you. That was these pop on perfectly smooth. The most difficult thing is getting that Vulcan, sorry, not Vulcan, Corsair shoulder off. But when you do it, you can be quite rough with the butterfly joint if you've used very hot water, like boiling water. And then I just used a special metal sculpting tool. I should have had it with me today, but it's at home since I always do my sculpting at home, since I don't even have hot water at my school. But it's just the way the building is configured. It's upstairs has hot water, but downstairs doesn't. So, but anyways, that sculpting tool helped me to pry it out of there. So this video is getting longer than I planned, so please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm very happy to help you to build one of these for yourself. So, but I don't know if the parts will go like, I don't know if they're going to sell out or they're going to get a little more widely known and then sell out as a result. But I don't think so. It is on Reddit, but it doesn't look like there's a shortage of figures other than the Captain America, Ultimate Captain America figure. So, but okay, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining me once again, and I hope you're having a good day. Okay, bye for now.